Past couple of days we've been talking about Matthew chapter 18 and verse 3, where Jesus said, and I say, truly I say to you, unless you are converted and to become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. So unless you're converted and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And so what does Jesus mean right there? What does he mean by wanting us to become like children? Well, he says in verse 4, first of all, in verse 2, he called a child to himself, and he had that child standing beside him as he spoke these words and said, truly I say to you, unless you're converted and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And so then, with this child standing next to him, with this small child standing next to him, he says in verse 4, whoever then humbles himself as this child, he is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So what is he saying right here? That he wants us to be humble. And today, in the next couple of days, we're going to look at what that means and how we become humble. And again, only God can do that in us. But as we look at this, and even turning to Jesus, because before we can even turn to Jesus, we need to become like children. And becoming like children, that we humble ourselves before him and say, Jesus, we need you. Now, something that we understand about children are willing to learn. Children are willing to learn. They want to learn. They have a desire within them. They have a longing within them to learn. Now, they want to learn all sorts of things. And as you teach these children, they're like sponges, and they just absorb it and they take it in, and they want to learn more, and they want to learn more, and they want to learn more, and they know they need to learn. And we need to be like that. Jesus, I need you. I need you to teach me. Holy Spirit, I need you. I need you to teach me. I can't do this on my own. I can't walk this walk on my own. I can't live this life on my own. I don't have the power. I don't have the strength. I don't have the wisdom. And apart from you, I don't even have the want to. So we need to become like children and say, Jesus, I need you. I need you to teach me. And through the power of your Holy Spirit, I need you to teach me. And I'm humbling myself before you because I don't have the answers. As a matter of fact, not only do I not have the answers, I don't even have the right questions. Because as you look at the disciples here, they said, they turned to Jesus and said, Jesus, teach us how to pray. And so that was a phenomenal question that they asked Jesus. Jesus, teach us how to pray. We don't even know how to pray, how we ought to pray. Apart from Jesus teaching us, apart from the Holy Spirit interceding with us, we don't even know how to do that. And we need to humble ourselves and come before him. But sometimes children even ask foolish questions. They'll ask a childish question, a foolish question, and they asked a foolish question. Matthew 18, verse 1, it says, at that time the disciples came to Jesus and said, who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And so that is the context of what we're saying. And Jesus said, if you want to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, you need to become like this child. It was a foolish question. That they didn't know what they were asking. They wanted to become the greatest. And Jesus said, I want you to become like this child. Now, Jesus didn't rebuke them for them. Jesus didn't pop them in the head and say, it was just a goofy question. Why would you ask me such a silly question? But instead, he said, this is what I want you to be. This is who I want you to be, like this child. You see, we have to be willing to learn. Sometimes as grown folks, as big folks, we think we've got our big boy pants on and we know everything and we've got all of the answers and we've got all of the solutions and we have life figured out and say, this is going to be A, B, and C, and these are all of the things that I'm going to do within my life. And then all of a sudden, you know what? Life happens. I love talking to people in their early 20s. Man, they've got it all figured out, don't they? This is what they're going to do. They're going to do this, then they're going to do this, then they're going to do this. And guess what? Life happens and it all blows up. We don't have the answers. But Jesus does. He is the answer. And so what do we need to do? We need to become like children. Say, Jesus, I need you. I need you to teach me. You're the way, the truth, and the life. And I'm trusting in you to lead me to the Father because no man comes to the Father but by you. Jesus, I need to teach. I need to be teachable. Allow yourself to be teachable and humble yourself and come to Jesus. And the good news is he'll teach you. Through the power of his Holy Spirit, he will teach you. Humble yourself before him today. Good news worthy of sharing. Would you share this so others can hear, so others can receive, so others can believe? Share this video so that they can hear it. And what time is it? It's time to share the good news.